I said, okay, you go and see if you can find this car and we'll get the train going. Well, he was gone about 2 hours. He come back, he said, they don't take no more cars. Said they're done, took all they can take. So he said, we're snowbound. He said, out ahead of us is snow 22 feet deep. That's how high some of the banks was, and it just filled it up. So we walked up town there. We didn't know what to do. We walked up to a corner, we looked out to the left, and there was J.E. He was backing up and shoving, trying to park his car into the snow. And see, I was running. Huh?
How old was you when?
16.
16.
Wow.
And I was running out of money. And I was seen in their car, I know Zename had money, and I could get all the money I'm on. So, we went out there and they got with them. They said we had to spend the night there because couldn't get through, the road was closed. Well, then, I go back to the car and get some quilts I had. And I made me a bed up there where the judge sits in the courthouse. That's where I slept that night. And got out next morning, and I had to have a set of chains to be able to move. So we put was able to find a set of chains and we put on, and we took off. And this is fun. See, here you are. It was 4 days and nights that we was on the road and you couldn't, no bathrooms, nothing like that. As anybody said, I never would have believed I could learn to pee in a bottle.
And then somebody said, here comes the judge.
And then you see, anytime that there was a sporty car, like I was driving, see, I drove my convertible bike. Well, anytime there was a sporty car with a Georgia tag on it, comes through Westminster back then, they'd stop it and check it for moonshine. We was up in Cincinnati, up in Ohio, and Wellman started stopping. I said, what are you stopping for? He said, there's a cop on the road. I said, I didn't hear no siren. He said, up here, if they blow the siren, it costs you. Would you believe? I told him, I said, I wonder if he knows what people does down here. He searched my car because it had a Georgia tag on it. I mean, that's what I always figured. But there was those two kids, J.E. and Zename, was in our back seat. They did not bother us. They slept the whole time. And so, in other words, you know, there's a lot of things I could tell you, but that's just a few things. I didn't want to tell you something too much.
I want you.
I hope you enjoyed it because I found out that Luke likes my stories better than he does Frankie's.
That's right. Well, Dad.
He said Papa's stories are interesting, not boring. Frank was telling Luke something about a crow that hit Greg Addis's car, and Luke was like, Dad, you've already told me that before. And Frank said, well, I guess I'm getting older and telling stories like Papa. He said, no, your stories are boring and about your friends and crows. Papa's stories are interesting.
Dad, one thing I want you to do, because I'm getting it on, I'm recording it. I want you to tell me your mom and dad's name and your grandparents, anybody that you know, their names. Do you, and like his brothers and sisters, any of them that you know, their names. I don't know any of them.
Well, you see, my uncle down in Georgia, he used to come up here and visit. And my dad always thought he was a rich man because he always had money. Okay, see, I go down there and I work for him. His equipment was wore out, and we couldn't hardly do no work. Tractor always giving us a problem. And at the end of the week, his daughter's husband owned the planer there. He's the one that bought all the timber that was cut. And he would pay what Uncle Dillard had not had money to pay to help with. George would finish it out.
So is that your dad's brother?
No, that was my mother's brother.
Your mother's brother?
And you see, George took care of him. He was a fine person. I wish y'all could have met him. And anytime that Dillard needed anything, he would take care of it. Well, you see, everybody up here thought Dillard was a real wealthy person, but he was not. But his son-in-law was. And his son-in-law had this planer, and I had a card there. If I didn't have, for some reason, didn't have work to do in the woods, I could just go punch in and work for him. And if I wanted some money, I'd go to him and say, George, I need some money. He reached in his pocket and get out a roll of money, say how much you need. He was that kind of person. So,
How many brothers and sisters did Grandma and Grandpa have? You know?
well, you see, Dad's brothers and Mama's sisters married brothers.